The head coach of the Troy Trojans, Coach Jon Sumrall, getting ready to start his first season as the Trojans coach soon. Welcome in, Coach. Hope you're doing well today.
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys having me.
No, we appreciate you coming on. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Obviously, it's a program you are familiar with. You were born here in the state of Alabama, so it's nothing new to you. But what was appealing to Troy where you said that's where I want to put my roots and want to be the head coach there?
Well, I think anytime you're looking at maybe potentially taking a job or interest in a job, you want to go to a place first and foremost that you can be successful at. And Troy University has had success at every level. You go back to the 60s, won an NAIA national title. In the 80s, won 2 Division II national titles. In the 90s, in the FCS playoffs every year. And in the early 2000s, the transition year to FBS in 2001, the first thing Troy did was beat Mississippi State at Mississippi State. And ever since then, beat Missouri and Oklahoma State. When I was here last, we beat LSU. You can see that one behind us right here was when we beat LSU at LSU in 2017, my last season here as an assistant. So Troy football has always had success, very proud, historical program. And then me and my wife are both from the state of Alabama. We loved our experience here at Troy last time. This is a great community, a great university, and a great place to live. And so for us, it was really a no-brainer move because we do love this place and love this state.
I'm interested because when you've taken the job over, and there's a reason why jobs come open, either someone has moved on because of success or things didn't go exactly the way you wanted it to go. As you get your feet back on the ground at Troy, what is the first thing you saw that says, man, we need to be a little bit better or a lot better at this one thing? What one thing is it that you had to attack first?
Yeah, I would really say it's 2 things. One is establishing the culture of what we want, the standard of our program from a work ethic and accountability and discipline piece to look like day in, day out. So just setting the standard in our locker room of what does it look like to be committed to the process of your own personal development, our team's development. And so really getting the guys to understand what that looks like and what you have to put in to your craft if you want to be able to have an opportunity to win. So that was the biggest thing. And then probably the second biggest thing really was interesting. I'm a defensive-minded guy. I've been a special teams coordinator, but I really think it was important for us to go in and identify what do we want our identity to be on offense? Who do we want to be? Who are our best pieces from a personnel standpoint to play the game the right way? And so we really had to establish an identity on offense because I think that's been lacking a little bit in some regards. And so culture, chemistry, that stuff mattered. And then obviously, like I said, getting the offensive system in place and establishing what do we want Troy football to look like on offense.
Coach Jon Sumrall with us, the new head coach for Troy. By the way, never too early to plan for the kickoff party. It's you can see more on their social media, but TroyTrojans.com/kickoff party. They're at Trojan Arena, August 20th. I know it seems like a long time away, but Coach will tell you that'll fly by. TroyTrojans.com/kickoff party. Coach is on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. We often talk on this show about what an incredible program building job Coach Stoops has done at Kentucky. You coached under him. What lesson do you take away from him that will help you here as it pertains to, building a program from where you found it to where he's got Kentucky football right now?
Yeah, Mark's as good as there is, man. I consider him a great friend and mentor. I was actually on FaceTime with him about a week and a half ago, and I still pick his brain every chance I get. But Mark, really stayed the course, maybe through some tough times early on in his program there. Early on for him, he didn't just find immediate success. It took a lengthy amount of time to build the foundation and put things in place to have a lasting, successful program. But the thing he does best out of everybody I've ever been around is he's really, really good at developing relationships of meaning with his players and actually caring about them from a whole person perspective, bigger than just football. Mark is as authentic and genuine as a human being as you're ever going to find. And so he does a really good job of thinking about everything in a player's first mentality. We're going to do that the same way here. Everything that comes across my desk, I don't ask myself what's in my best interest or what's in anybody else's best interest other than our players, because they're what's most important. Last time I checked, if there were no football players, there'd be no football coaches. So my job here is to shepherd those guys and mentor them. And that's what Mark has done so well, is just staying the course and then fighting for what's best for his players all the time.
You played at Kentucky, and I know you wanted to be a head coach eventually, but how tough is it to leave your school, even as an assistant, to go and be a head coach and start that chapter of your career?
Yeah, there weren't very many situations that were going to pry me away from the University of Kentucky. Over the last couple of years, I had said no to plenty of things that a lot of people thought, why would you not do that? But I was very happy. Not necessarily content. You always want to push and go further and get better, but I was not looking for what was next, because Kentucky does mean so much to me, and Mark Stoops had been so good to me and my family. And I was very grateful to be where I was. And I loved every minute of my 3 years there with Mark and at Kentucky. And so it was going to take something to get us away that was very special. It was going to take something special to get us away. And this experience, this opportunity here at Troy was really the perfect storm of what could maybe pique our interest. So Kentucky's a special place to us, but Troy is as well.
Every league, SEC and in the Sun Belt, they have, programs that have winning traditions, sort of the haves and the have-nots, and Troy's a have in the Sun Belt, a lot of winning tradition there. And that league is getting tougher. I mean, you've got 2-3 teams at a time that's ranked nationally in the top 25. I don't think it's ever been that good as it is right now in the Sun Belt. You're bringing in Southern Miss and Marshall down the road. As you start to look around the league, I mean, this looks different now than when you were there before. Where are the gimmies each Saturday in the Sun Belt? It doesn't seem to be any anymore.
The competitiveness in our league, I think, is up there at the top of Group of 5 football. I think conference realignment, the Sun Belt, due to our leadership at a conference level and the athletic directors at our universities, did a really nice job of adding quality pieces to the conference. And Southern Miss, Marshall, James Madison's a very storied FCS program. It's making the move up. And then Old Dominion, a newer Division I football program, but one that has a lot of advantages from a geographic recruiting standpoint where they are. So very tough league. We welcome the challenge. But when you think of our league and you start listing off some of the teams, there's a lot of football history and tradition. And we're excited about that. And I think it's a really quality league, and you want to play good competition week in, week out. And so the league has changed over the years. There are no gimmies, you're right, but we're excited about who we get to play each week.
Speaking of that, you open at Ole Miss Saturday, September 3rd, SEC Network. If I could let you play the game tomorrow or sell you 2 more months, which one would you pick?
I'll take at least 2 months. No, we're hard at work. We're doing everything that the NCAA allows you to do in preparation in regards to summer workouts and conditioning and OTAs and those sort of things. But we need all the time we can get. We're still busy meeting a lot as a staff and then getting systems in place, offense, defense, and kicking game that are going to allow us to have success. They didn't make it easy right out of the gate getting Ole Miss. We're excited about getting to go to Oxford and play. A team that's been in the top 25 the last couple of years, and Lane Kiffin and his staff have done an amazing job. That's going to be a great environment for our young men to get to go play in. So we need a little time. I'm not ready tomorrow, but we'll be ready when it's time to go.
What's one thing you miss about Lexington away from football? What's the one thing you miss?
I'll give you 2 again.
Okay.
Bourbon and horse racing. I like bourbon. I got a pretty good collection at the house. So I lived about 2 miles from Keeneland Racetrack, which I frequented there as much as I was able to get off. And then I'm not gonna lie, I love a good bourbon. That's something that I got plenty of it here, and I got plenty of shipments still coming in all the time.
I like that. I worked in Lexington a couple of years back in my single days. My apartment was up behind Henry Clay High School. So I was very close to Keeneland as well. That's a beautiful place, beautiful location.
Yeah, no, Keeneland's beautiful. I don't know if there's as pretty of a racetrack in America, and they've really kept it true to its old school roots. So if you ask me the two things I miss, it's horse racing and Blanton's.
Blanton's, I like it. So what do? You've got 4 kids. You got a wife and 4 kids. So, I mean, when you go home, the work does not stop. What do you do to get away from football a little bit?
I tell people all the time, I go to football every day, and my wife, she's the one that really goes to work.
Yeah.
I've got a hobby that pays me and takes care of our family. But no, we've got an unbelievable family. My wife, Jenny, she's a rock star. We got 4 kids, twins that are 8, a 5-year-old that'll be 6 in a couple of days, and a 3-year-old. So that my house is nonstop. I get home from work and the party just gets started, man. So it's and unfortunately for my wife, I show up and she ends up having a 5th kid all of a sudden. I probably act more immature at home than I do here at work. I'm a little bit more serious right here in my chair I sit in here.
I hear you. We know that very well. So Coach Jon Sumrall, Grissom High School, Huntsville. He's an Alabama guy trying to get Troy back at the top of the Sun Belt. Coach, we wish you all the best. We appreciate the time. Always got a spot here. We appreciate you joining us.
Thank you, guys. And we'll be on our Trojan tour this week. Saturday, we're going to be in Birmingham at Dread River at noon, and then Huntsville on Saturday night. So Saturday at noon in Birmingham at Dread River, and then Saturday night we'll be in Huntsville at Baumhauer's on our Trojan tour, just getting out to connect and engage with our fans. So feel free to plug that as much as you guys want to.
And I was probably supposed to plug it already. That's on me. I'm plugging a thing in August, and Coach is sitting there thinking, how about the thing just this week? Let's do that.
It's all good. They've got me well trained around here of knowing when I'm supposed to promote what event.
Hey, Dread River, by the way, makes their own whiskey, so you take a sample of the local stuff.
I'm fully aware. I've had a couple of those samples, and I'm sure I'll partake on Saturday.
All right.
All right, Coach. Thank you. All the best. We appreciate the time.
Thank you, guys.
All right, take care. That is Coach Jon Sumrall. Impressive guy. I like that guy. New coach at Troy. Our first chance to talk to him. He was with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.
As Superior Thruster said, who would have thought the Troy coach would have a better office than Lincoln Riley?
So true.
I love you guys connect the shows like that. I love that.